Well, search and rescue dogs are sometimes unsung heroes during natural disasters.
Channel 5's Cecilia Gutierrez tells us the training for some of these dogs happens in our own backyard.
A search and rescue dog can be just as important as their handler. One Valley Training Center shows us how they're trained and why they are so important and crucial in disaster zones. Leonelo Ortega was in Mexico City when the earthquake hit. Feeling the natural disaster firsthand, the stories he told us were tales of unbelievable damage. One thing caught his eye in the city.
The Army and the Marine Corps, they have trained dogs that are searching for people behind all the falling stones of the buildings.
At the K-9 Training Center in Edinburgh, Marty and Leslie Vielma have more than 20 years of K-9 search and rescue experience combined. Marty Vielma explained to us just how important search and rescue dogs are in natural disasters.
Because of the time that they have, underneath the rubble or wherever they're at, the air supply. So you want to utilize whatever tools out there to try to make that rescue as safe and fast as possible.
He mentions you can train these dogs to do different things.
An example, if it's a search and rescue dog, you want a dog that can learn to detect the human scent, and if the dog has been trained to detect a specific human scent, then the dog will be given an opportunity to smell a piece of clothing or an article that we know that the missing person was last seen touching or wearing, that we know that it's got the scent of the person that they're looking for.
Vielma says steps are involved to training these dogs. This is Scarlett. The young healer is training to search specific odors, in this case, me. Scarlett has never met me before. All I did was get 2 Q-tips and rub them against my hands for 2 minutes. The Q-tips are then put in a box around similar looking ones.
To train a dog like for a disaster situation or search and rescue, you want a dog that has been trained to indicate by either barking or providing what they call the passive indication of them sitting down or laying down next to where the scent is coming from.
Scarlett's indication is to sit down next to where she found my scent. Other dogs may have other indications depending on their training, like law enforcement dogs.
We've trained dogs for law enforcement, and in dogs that go into law enforcement, part of the training is to track a fleeing suspect, that's running from the officer. So you got the type of training where the dog learns to start looking for what we call the hot track. They're very important because, again, the dog nose is a million times way better than a human nose. And if the dog is trained properly to detect the human scent, it would help tremendously in saving the people's life.
In natural disasters, the dogs being trained at this facility can one day become heroes of their own. Both Marty and Leslie Vielma say it is important to take the proper steps and certifications when training a rescue dog. Reporting live in the Channel 5 News studio, Cecilia Gutierrez, Channel 5 News at 6.
Different types of dog breeds are used in search and rescue missions. Each breed requires its own specialty training. Some of the specialties include tracking and disaster dogs, like we saw in that story. K-9s are also trained in water search, avalanche and cadaver search, and rescue. For a list of different types of search and rescue dogs, visit our website, krgv.com, and click on this story.